Hey, hi all. Good evening. So, welcome to this SQL training course. This is an evening batch. Timing will be, I think, few participants have requested from 6:15 to 7:15. So we will discuss the timings. Okay. As far as my introduction is concerned, myself Mohammed Tanveer Khan. I think most of you know me. I have around 14 years of experience in the IT industry, mainly working on a data analyst and data engineer, SQL developer, business analyst job profile. So all this 14 years I have worked in data related projects only with SQL, Python, Unix as my and ETL as my primary skill sets. Okay, this is all about me. So then, see, this is the syllabus which you'll be covering in your course. So it has primarily all the keywords, all the functions which we have in SQL syllabus from basic till advanced. Okay, see, we have joins, aggregate functions, set operators, window functions, CT, subquery, recursive CT, pivot, correlated query. Okay, and then we have set of conceptual questions as well. So if you're able to complete all those things, and after this, like we'll be giving assignments as well. If you're able to complete all those things, this is more than enough to crack any data analyst, data engineering, business analyst, or SQL developer, ETL developer, or testing related job profile. Okay. So this is a weekday evening batch. Okay. And after the class, we will be sharing recording with you. During the class, my strong recommendation is not to make a note of anything. Just listen to my lecture. Once the class is over, what all codings I'll be doing during the class, everything will be shared with you. So recording, classroom notes, assignments, assignment solutions, everything will be shared. Today I'm taking class on Zoom, but from next class onwards, it will be on Graphy. Okay. Graphy is our platform where we take class. I will introduce that to you. Don't worry about it. Okay. So before I proceed further, do you have any question, anyone? From course perspective, syllabus perspective, please make it clear. My voice is audible and screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I will request one thing to make more benefit out of this course, make the session interactive. You have full freedom to ask question at any point of time. Although I know most of you are from my previous batch, you know my way of teaching and how I take the classes, so you are aware of it. But still, I'm repeating to make the session interactive, ask questions. Okay, fine then. Let's just start. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Okay, let me zoom this a little bit. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Okay, and this is in the IT industry for the last approx 40 to 45 years, and it's still ruling the IT industry. Okay, sometime like in the IT industry, Java was there, C, C++, .NET. So their era has changed with the time. Okay, but SQL is something like still from for the last 40 years, still it is needed. Okay, because this is a language through which you can store data, you can process data, you can extract meaningful information from the data. Okay, and that is why SQL is very important. I can tell like SQL is like a bread and butter these days in IT industry. We go for any job profile, data engineer, data analyst, business analyst, SQL developer, ETL developer, Power BI developer, business intelligence, ETL tester, data tester, and all these job profiles. SQL is a mandatory skill set. That is why please don't compromise with SQL, and you should have a in-depth knowledge of it. Okay. So that's what means. If you have any question during the session, please ask. Means each and every concept should be clear to you. Try to attend the sessions regularly. We'll be sharing recording as well. So in case if you miss any class, you can go through the recordings. Okay, even if the course is over, like we have an alumni group where you can ask questions, you can post your questions. Okay. So this is about SQL. Now, some basic things about this. So whenever you, first of all, we should know how to store data. For any business transaction, the first thing is to store data, right? So the data we store in SQL in table formats. Okay. So like let me give you this example. I have the table scripts here. Employee table. I have taken employee ID, employee name, and location. Suppose I have a table with the name employee, and here column is employee ID, employee name and location. First of all, let's try to understand what is a table in the world of SQL. Table is equivalent to house. If you want to stay somewhere, you need house. Similarly, if you want to store data, save data, we need a table. Here the table name is employee. You can create a table with any name. You have full freedom. Here I'm creating a table with the name employee, but you can create a table with any name, whatever you want. In this table, let's say I have a column employee ID, employee name and location. And let's say the value is employee ID 1, employee name is John, location is Delhi. And let's say second is 2, this is Tom, and this is Chennai. I'm just taking some example, 3, Sara, Pune. So here, suppose we have this employee table and these are the columns. Now the question is, what is a column? See this employee ID, employee name and location, what I have mentioned here, no? These are known as columns, also known as attributes. What it is known as? Columns. In few projects, they will call this as attributes. In few projects, they call this as a fields. So they all are same. So if I will ask you in this employee table, how many columns we have? So we have 3 columns, employee ID, employee name, and location. Okay. But there is no restriction on the number of columns in a table. In a table, you can have 3 columns, 4 columns, 5 columns, 10 columns, 100 columns. It purely depends on the requirement. Okay. So table is something, or in technical term, you can tell table is an object where you can store data. Then we have columns, also known as fields or attributes. There is no restriction on the number of columns in a table. Now this 1 John Delhi, 2 Tom Chennai, 3 Sara Pune, these all are known as records. This is one record. This is another record. This is another record. So these are known as records or also known as rows. They both are same. So is the table, column, and records are clear to everyone? The definition of this is clear? Who all have joined so far?
Yeah, yes, yes, okay.
Okay. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So Samir, you have joined through which name? That 445321925.
Yeah, it's me. I'm Ibrahim, Hassan Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, okay. Ibrahim has joined. Okay, fine. So is this clear to everyone? Ibrahim, is this clear to you?
Yeah, yes, yes, okay.
Okay, for others, Akshay, Brahmanand, Vishwanath, is this clear?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, good. So this is about table, columns, and rows. I'm starting from scratch. I know for many of you, these all things you know, but still, let's start from scratch so that we all should be on the same platform. Now, this is I have done on an Excel sheet, but like in Excel, you have certain limitations. You cannot store more than 1 million record. The last time when I was using Excel, I know like we can store only 1 million records, but maybe this time they would have increased the capacity of it. I'm not sure, but Excel has certain limitations. That is why we need to do all these things on a database. So the one which I'm showing you here, this is the Oracle database. Okay, now database are nothing but we have a different vendors. Okay, like we have Oracle, one vendor, then we have Microsoft, uh, SQL Server, Netezza, Teradata, MySQL, Postgres, Snowflake. These are the different databases. Okay, but the SQL which I'll be teaching you, you can execute that on any of this database. During this course, I'll be teaching you on Oracle. Okay, but maybe if you're working in any company, any project, they might be using Microsoft SQL Server. They might be using a Snowflake. So don't get confused here. Tanvir is teaching on Oracle, but in my project they are working on a Snowflake. No, I'll be teaching you SQL, a generic SQL, which is applicable on all these databases. You execute on anyone, it will work. Okay, so these are just different vendors. And a very simple example to understand this is like if you know how to drive a car, you can drive car of any company, right? Whether it is Hyundai, Toyota, or any other company, correct? So that is what I am practicing on Oracle, but you can practice on any. But now the question is how to install it. My suggestion is don't install this one. This installation is little bit tricky. It takes time. After 1 week, once you will get a good understanding of SQL, then we will share the link how to install it. But right now, don't try to install because the installation takes good amount of time. And by mistake, even if you will miss any step, the installation will fail, and then you will not be able to uninstall and install again, right? And then even we will not be there to help you because many of the error message, even we don't know how to crack it. And that is why clearly I'm telling you, don't try to install this Oracle SQL Developer as of now. Then how you have to practice? See, there will be this platform. Let me show you that. Here you type Oracle Live SQL. Okay, type Oracle Live SQL. Okay. This is a browser base. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to install it. Even if you're working in office, you have official laptop, it will work. Because many participants know they have this concern. Itanveer, I'm working on my official laptop and in the company, they don't allow me to install and all those things. So then this is the perfect, you can practice here. Just type Oracle Live SQL. Okay, don't do it right now. We will share this recording, then you can practice it. Then you have to click on start coding. Okay. After that, yeah, you have to click on create account. Once you will click on create account, it will ask you basic details like your name, email ID, and all other things. Okay, they will ask your designation, company name. Those fields you can write NA. Okay. But the important part is your Gmail ID that has to be correct because they will send you confirmation link on the Gmail ID. Then you have to reset your password. That's all. And then give your email ID here and log in with the password. Then almost you will get the appearance similar to this. And then you can start coding. But I'll be coding on this because I already have installed this Oracle SQL Developer. So any question till here, anyone?
No.
Clear to everyone? Hassan, is this clear to you?
Yeah, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, but still, when you will try to create that account and during the course, at any point of time, okay, if you're getting any error message, take the screenshot, clear a screenshot, post it in the group. We'll be there to help you. Or you can ask during the class as well. But suppose if you're practicing and if you're stuck, don't wait for the class. Immediately take the screenshot and post it in the group. Okay, fine.
Okay.
So, okay. So now this is the Oracle database. Now the question is how to create a table here. So you could see this script, right? Ignore this one. First of all, focus here. What I've written, create table employee. First of all, let's try to understand the meaning of this. Create. In SQL, you have two types of keywords. Okay, keywords. The one is reserved keywords, and the other one is user defined keywords. Okay. What is the difference between them? Reserved keywords are those keywords which SQL engine knows the meaning. They have a specific meaning. Okay. Like if I'm writing create. Create is a reserved keyword in SQL. Why I'm telling it's a reserved keyword? The moment you will write create now, the engine will understand what to do. Engine will understand that, oh, I have to create a table. I have to create something. And then when you will write table, engine will understand, oh, I have to create a table. So that is why I'm telling this create table is a reserved keyword because SQL engine knows what to do when you will write it. Okay. So like this, we have many reserved keywords which we'll be discussing during this course. And then I have written here employee. Employee is a user defined keyword. User defined means this is the name of table which you want to create. So the name of table can be anything. There is no restriction. You can create a table with your name as well. Create table Tanveer, create table Rakesh. It is allowed. Okay. There are certain rules and regulations which we'll discuss at a later point of time. Okay. And then within parenthesis, within bracket, you see I have written employee ID, I have written employee name, I have written location. It means these are the columns which I want to create in the table. So whenever you want to create a table, first of all, you have to write create table, then the table name. This is clear. Then you have to give bracket. Okay, open bracket. And then you have to mention the column name. Employee ID is one column. Employee name is another column. Location is another column. You have to mention the column names. Then you could see I've written here int. I've written here varchar 50. Again, I have written varchar 50. So what is this? These are known as data types. Okay. Data types in SQL means not only in SQL, data type is a very standard concept, not only in SQL, but in all programming languages you have. If you ever studied C, Java, .NET, or any other Unix, any other programming language, everywhere you have the concept of data type. Data type means what type of data you want to store. Like if you have written here int means integer, okay, or number. So if you're writing int, you are telling to the SQL engine that in the employee ID column, you will store integers only. Okay. Similarly, when you have written here var 50, it means you are telling in the employee name column, I'll be storing strings, alphabets. Okay. So the set of alphabets in technical world is known as a string, string. So whenever you're writing var, it means you are telling to the SQL engine, in these columns I'll be storing a string. This 50 means you're telling maximum I'll be storing 50 characters, not more than that. If you think that you need more than that, you can keep it 100, you can keep it 150, you can keep it 1000, your wish. But generally in my course, 50 character is sufficient. So mostly you will see I'll be writing 50 only here. So net summary is whenever you want to store numbers, you have to write data type as int. Whenever you want to store a string, you have to write var 50. Is this point clear?
Hi. For the integer, do we have any maximum characters to allow? Because in
No,
case
no,
in
no.
future.
No, we don't have that. Few okay constraints are there, but this is sufficient to store the data. Okay, to the practical level, whatever we have. Okay, you can use. Then we have a big. Actually, in data type, we have many other like integer, float, decimal, and then we have varchar, we have var2, date, time is time. We'll discuss all those things at a later point of time. Okay, but for the time being, I'm just introducing you these two data types because this will be used as of now. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Any other question, anyone?
No, sir.
So you okay? So you all understood now how to create a table and the syntax, right? Okay. Then what you have to do? Keep this colon at the end. You could see here I have kept colon. Okay. And then if you have to execute it, you could see one green color button is there. If you click on it, this will be executed. Okay. Or the shortcut is Control Enter. Keyboard shortcut is Control Enter. Either you can do Control Enter or you can press on this execute or run statement. This will be executed. Okay. One minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. This is not accepting. This is a problem with this actually. Yeah, we're not going to establish the connection. Let me check what is the problem. What's the password? क्या है इसका? Something is wrong here. Just a minute. Let me close and open this again. Just a minute. Right, open this. Oh, let me do one thing. Nah, let me cover today on this only so that I can show you this how it works. I think there's some problem. That is the problem with that Oracle SQL developer actually. That's why we recommend you guys not to practice when you're just starting with the course. If you're getting this session has ended, what you have to do, you have to close the browser and open it again. Sometime it will happen. because I've kept it idle there no for a long time. So you don't have to keep it idle for a long time. It will be automatically disconnected. Because this is a real-time connection which you're going to establish here. Let me try on this one. This is the new version they have given. Okay. So you have to paste your code here. Let me select this. Is the font visible clearly? Is the font visible?
Yes, yes, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. And it's asking for sign in. Let me sign in here. We'll try to zoom this, but first let me check if it is getting executed here. Okay, so you could see here, no, table employee created. Is it visible at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
Right? So this is how you have to execute it. Now let me zoom this little bit. Fine. I hope it is visible now clearly little bit. Okay. So this is the syntax, how you have to create a table. Any question here, anyone? You clear? Clear to everyone? One more thing. Whenever you're practicing here, once you will keep it idle for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, it will automatically log out. And maybe whatever scripts you have written here, it will be deleted. Maybe. That is why whenever you're writing any script, and if you have any important script here, so take a copy and keep it in a notepad always. Okay. Now you have created a table. What next? Then you have to save or store data. So you could see this script, this first one. This is the syntax to save data in a table. What I've written here, insert into employee. The meaning of insert into means we are telling SQL engine we want to store data. We want to insert data in this employee table. So you have to mention the table name as well. One more important point. If you see here, when I was creating this employee table, I have kept this employee in the lower case, right? But here you see it is in the uppercase. So the reserved keywords or the user-defined keywords, these things you can write in lowercase or uppercase. There is no problem. You have full freedom here. So don't get confused with Tanveer. Here you have written in lowercase. Here you're writing in uppercase. So it doesn't matter in SQL. In other programming language like Python, Unix, it matters. But in SQL, you have the freedom here. Okay. And then you have to write values. It means what all values you want to store in this employee table. Then you see these values I have written. 1, John, and Delhi. One important point here is the sequence of these values must be as per the sequence how you have defined the columns here. When I was defining this create employee table, first I have kept employee ID, right? This is the first column. That is why you have to keep ID first here. Then I have kept name. Then the second should be the name. Then I have kept location. The third should be the location only. So you have to strictly follow this sequence. If you not follow this sequence, it will throw error message. I mean, you cannot write here John, comma 1 and daily. It will throw error message. Is this point clear? Any question?
No,
Okay.
it's good.
Then select this one. Either you can select or just keep it here. You keep your cursor here, click on this done button. Okay. So, and you could see here in the lower pane, it is running, and you could see one row is insert. Oh, this is okay. One thing I want to understand, like Wahab, I know. Okay, you all are working in any project? Can you tell me quickly?
Sir, I basically wanted to change. I want to make my own project. I basically have
Uh-huh.
Excel sheets, and I want to move them towards SQL.
Okay. Good. I know about you. Thanks, Wahab.
Yes.
Hassan, your means you already have studied any programming language, Hassan, or this is the first time you're learning any computer language?
Yeah, this is the first time I am learning the SQL because
Okay.
basically from I am from the IT industry only. So in my college days, I studied somewhat, but I didn't remember everything now. Already 10 years before,
Okay, no issues, no issues.
so I
Akshay,
just want
I
to start
think,
it from the scratch only.
I'm starting from scratch. Only. No, not an issue. Okay, Akshay has already taken a course. Okay, Brahmanan.
Yeah, Tanvir, I'm working in test automation.
Okay,
So
okay.
I want to explore the sequel that so that if I can, I mean, we have large datas which we have to tackle with. So I'm
Correct,
looking at
correct.
that front.
On which database you're working?
Currently, we are using this SQL, Microsoft SQL Server.
Microsoft SQL Server. So
Yes,
it's on-premise, right? Okay.
right.
And automation means how you are doing. Do you have any in-house tool or you are
No, we are using
creating using
Selenium for
Python?
now. Selenium
Selenium.
and Playwright.
Okay, okay. But because you are working on database, you should know how to do or how to automate using Python. I'm just telling you for your knowledge
Okay.
because most of the companies know if you're working in a database, it's like it's like a ETL tester job profile. So mostly they'll
Hmm.
be looking Python. Okay,
Okay.
just a suggestion. Okay,
Sure, sure. Yeah.
and
Because
plan
currently we
accordingly.
are mostly into the functional stuff, but
Uh-huh.
over the period of time, what we are planning is if you could integrate this in sequels and use
Mhm.
that would be helpful for us. If that could be helpful, that is what we are
I
looking
can take, yeah, I am planning. You see, like we used to take a workshop for this. Okay, like recently we have taken a SQL workshop for 3 hours
at.
where we have shown different SQL scenarios needed for data analyst job profile. Okay, so we are planning a 3 hour session on this. Okay, those who are
Okay.
in the ETL testing field, how they can automate their testing tasks or how they can validate because this is needed for data analyst as well. So in
Hmm.
that workshop, I'll be showing that suppose if you have data on Microsoft SQL Server, you have to migrate that to Snowflake because generally this is what is happening these days. On-premise data is getting migrated to Snowflake, right?
Hmm.
Then how you can validate, how you can automate using Python script. So we'll be
Okay.
taking a 3 hours workshop, Brahmanand. So in that we'll be covering it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Brahmanand. Vishwanath.
Hi Tanvir. Um,
Hi.
so I'm working in IT industry. I'm into IT support. I would
Okay.
like to
Okay.
learn SQL because I am planning to migrate to data warehouse roles, something like
Mhm.
Snowflake or Azure Databricks, something like
Got it. Got it. Good. 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 In IT industry, you always have to keep on upskilling. Very, very important. Okay. Even nowadays, like the technology and the tech landscape is changing like anything. So that's good. You all are upskilling yourself. Okay, perfect. Actually, no, it helps for a trainer to understand the participants so that we can teach you accordingly. Okay, that's the intention actually. Okay, fine. Coming back. So this is how you have to store data in a table. And similarly, you see these all records we have. I will store all these four records. So you can execute multiple script as well at the same time. So you see four insert script we have. I have kept semicolon at the end. I've selected all of them and I'm just executing it. Okay. So see here. Okay, 1 minute. Is it executed? Okay. I think it is inserted 1 minute. Let's check here. Inserted twice, maybe. or twice it is inserted, no issues. So far we have discussed how to create a table and how to store or insert data in a table. Now the question is how to verify whether the data has been inserted in the table or not, how to check it. So for that we have a select command, select a star from employee. Okay, so if I will execute it, you see it is still executing. Okay, you could see I have written select a star from employee. It means I am telling SQL engine, show me the employee. 1 minute. See, I have written select a star from employee. The meaning of this is we are telling SQL engine, please display. Select means display. Okay. A star means all the columns. We are telling SQL engine, please display all the columns from the employee table. So that is what you could see here. It is showing me all the columns, employee ID, employee name and location, whatever we have in this employee table, and the values, whatever we have inserted. One thing if you will notice here, just a minute. Yes, we don't see. No. Just a minute. Control C. It's not getting copied from here. Maybe they have changed a few formats of it. Control Shift C is to copy, but this time it is opening this page. Then which one? Control C. If I'm trying, it is copying each and everything from there. Let me check it here. No, it's not copying it from there. They have changed the format, I think. Control Z. We try again. Copy this. Control C. I'm getting it here. No, it's not getting printed. 1 minute. I skipped it. Let me try now. Still not working. इसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है? Control C. Try to paste here. It's not getting copied from here actually. Control C works or Control Shift C works, but nothing is working here. Download this, take time from there. Control C. Copy. No, it's not there. Columns. Control C is not working. This is horrible. That's not good horrible. Like plus just Just a minute. Actually, the one on which this one, no, this is the new they have given. Okay. So in the previous version, Control C, I think Control Shift C we used to execute. Let me check. It will not work here. Then I will practice on Microsoft SQL Server. Yeah, so this is the previous version actually. Okay. The one which I was showing you before this, that was the new version, but it is same. So I will keep everything here. Okay. You have to create the table again. That's it. Here you have the run button here on the right side. So you could see at the bottom, it is showing table is created. Okay. So now I will select all those things in one go. I will click on this run button again. So at the bottom, you could see one row is inserted. If you will scroll it down, you will see all the messages. So whenever if a row is inserted, it will show you the message that row is inserted. If you want to check whether all these records has been inserted or not, you can execute this select star from employee. Select means you are telling SQL engine to display. A star means all the columns from the employee table. So you're telling SQL engine, please display all the columns from the employee table. So now you could see here the output is you're getting employee ID, employee name, and patient. Now let me copy this. So Control Shift C. No, it is not working here. I think Control C will work. We try Control C. Control Shift C. It is pasted here. So this is the data. Okay, let me zoom this a little bit. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay. So you could see like what all data we inserted in the table. Now it has been saved in this SQL database. So far we have studied like how to create a table and how to store data and how to display the data. Any questions so far, anyone?
Hi, Tanvi. Actually, insert into command is not a user defined, is it?
This is not user defined. Insert is a reserved keyword. When you will write
Okay.
insert, no, the SQL engine will understand, oh, user wants to save some data. Similarly, into is also is also reserved key. Engine knows that I have to insert something into it. This employee is not a reserved keyword. This is a user defined because this is the name of the table which you have created here. Similarly, this values is a reserved key.
Okay, okay. I have one question here. For example, just before you told the employee, the user defined can be a small letter when creating the table and when inserting
Everything,
it in uppercase.
not only user defined, reserved keywords as well. You can write it
Oh,
in
okay.
any case. You have full freedom. Like, see, here I've written this insert in uppercase. No, after the class, you do one thing. You write it in lowercase. It will also
Oh, okay.
work.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
This is my question. Thank you.
Yeah. So you have full freedom. And this freedom is in SQL only. In other programming languages, if you go with Python or any other language, say Unix, we don't have this freedom. It will throw error message. Like in Python, you have a print stat. Okay, this is to display message. So here you have to write all this print in lowercase. If you write this in uppercase, suppose even if you write P in uppercase, it will throw error message. But in SQL, you don't have to bother about all those things.
Okay, okay. Thanks.
Okay, no problem. So select a star from employee means you're telling SQL engine, please display me the data which is present in this employee table. And I have shown you it has displayed all the data or the columns, whatever you have in this employee table. Got it? Now, after this, let's say your client is telling, okay, just show me the data of employee ID and employee name. I don't want to see the location. So in that case, what you can do, you remove a star, you write your employee ID, comma, employee name. It means I'm telling you can even customize this. You can display only the limited columns, whatever you want. It is not necessary You have to display all the columns at the same time. Your client is telling you, just show me employee ID and employee name. So you just write employee ID, employee name after select. So this will display only employee ID and employee name. So, okay, 1 minute, sorry. You're getting employee ID and employee name only, right? So you can customize it with whatever columns you want to display. Is this clear? Even you can shuffle it. Suppose you want to write employee name first, then employee ID. Then what you can do? You can write select employee name, comma employee ID. So then what will happen? You will get employee name first, and then you will get employee ID. This is also allowed. Okay, so you could see here, you have employee name and employee ID. Hope this is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir. So everything basically depends upon order.
Yeah, means in select how you are writing it, accordingly it will display the output. Why I'm explaining you this scenario? Generally, many candidates they have this misconception. They think when we are creating the table, we have kept employee ID first and then employee name. So similarly, in select, I have to write employee ID first and then employee name. Nothing like that. In select, you have full freedom. Remember this. At least 100 times I'll be telling you this during the course. Select is your playground. Whatever you want, you can do here. You want to play cricket, football, jo bhi karna hai, you can do here. Okay. So here, suppose I want to display employee name first, then employee ID. I can write it, my wish. So here, there's no rule ke we have written employee ID first, then employee name. So you have to follow same. No, you can write it in any order. So when you will execute the query, you will get the output in the same order. Hope it is clear. Okay. Now, if I will show you one thing here, see this data. Don't you think there are duplicate records in this table? See here. It is repeated now, right?
Yeah.
So actually why it has happened? By mistake, this insert into, I have executed it again. So if you will keep on executing it, now suppose if I will execute this again, so again this 5 set of records will be inserted in this employee table. Let me show you that. See, I'm executing it again. Okay. Now again, I will show you this. Select employee name, employee ID. Now check the data. Now check the data. See, now it will be 3 times. You got it? So that is why you have to be very careful. You should not execute this insert again and again, again and again. You'll keep on executing it every time. The same set of records will be inserted in the table. Is it making sense? Is this clear?
Yes, sir. Sir, can we change the table somehow? Like if we want to add
I'm
another
coming to
column?
that. I'm coming
Okay,
to
sir.
that. I'm coming to that.
Yes, sir.
This is clear? Okay. Now the question is, by mistake, you inserted the same record multiple times, which is not, means you have disturbed the data actually. Then in that case, what you have to do? You have to delete the entire data. So you have to write delete from employee. So what will happen? Whatever data you have in this table, all the records will be deleted. So now all the 15 rows are deleted. If you want to verify, again run this, select employee ID, employee name from the employee table. So you will see now there will be no record in this table. Check, no data found. SQL is telling all the records are deleted. Now again insert this carefully. Copy all this script and now execute it. Now if you will check the data, now it will be once only. Now verify this. You don't have any duplicate now. Got it? Is this a step clear to everyone?
Yeah, yes, yes. Tanvir, I have one question here. For example, if I am trying to run the insert query again, I already inserted and the table was also created. If I am trying to insert it, it will throw any exception. It will not throw
No,
any exception, is it?
no, no. it will not throw any exception. If I want to execute this again now, I will select and I will run, it will be inserted. Again, you will see this 5 set of records will be inserted in the table. But if your question is, no, Tanvir, I want that this table should not accept the same records again. If this is your question, then there
Okay.
is a concept of constraints. Okay,
Hmm.
1 minute, let me show this. There is a concept of constraints, and this is in your syllabus here. These are the constraints. We'll discuss it here, how to handle it. But yes, we have the mechanism through which you can handle it. Okay. Listen, is this clear?
Yeah, yes.
Any other question? Wahab, you're asking something?
Sir, what if we have to add another column in the table?
Sometimes it happens in a project, but this is a very rare scenario. You have created a table, you have 3 columns. Now, suppose
Yeah.
if the client will tell, "Hey, Tanvir, I want a new column like date of birth in this table." So in that case, we have an alter command. We will discuss that at a later point of time, the syntax
Okay,
of it.
sir.
But yes, we can do that with the help of alter command.
Okay, sir.
And
Yes,
it's
sir.
there in our syllabus. Let me show you
Yes,
that.
sir.
ये आपका alter देखो ये है this one. With the help of this, we can do.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Any other question, anyone? So far, is this clear? Okay. Can I proceed further?
Yes.
So far I have just shown you how to create a table, how to insert data, how to display records. But many times it happens, you're working in project and your client will tell you, "Oh, I want the data of a particular location. I want data of a particular employee ID only." Okay, let's say I will write here, select a star from employee. Okay. Always whenever you're executing, no, select the statement which you want to execute. So I got this output, the employee table, right? We have this data. Now suppose here the client is telling, "Hey Tanvir, I don't want to see all these records. Just show me the records of employee ID 1. Okay. So then what you have to do? You have to apply filter, right? You have to apply filter. So how to apply filter? You have to write where. Where keyword in SQL acts as a filter. So you have to write where employee ID equals 1. The meaning of this is you are telling SQL engine, yeah, please display or please show me only those records where employee ID is 1. So now see, when I will execute this query, let me execute it. Now I'm executing it. Check the output. Are you getting only employee ID 1? Right. So where acts as a filter. Whenever you want to filter the data, you have to write the where keyword and the column on which you want to apply filter. Let's say your client is telling, "Then we show me the details of employee whose name is Tom." Then on which column you have to apply filter now?
Employee name.
Correct. So you have to write where employee name equals Tom. Right? Now see, I'm executing it. Check the output. Are you getting Tom now? So whenever you have to apply filter, you have to use the where keyword and then the column name on which you want to apply the filter. Okay. One important point here. So I've written employee name equals Tom. And the same query. Suppose if you want to write this Tom like this, TOM. Okay. T in lowercase. Yeah. If you want to write TOM, T in lowercase, and if you want to execute it, do you think you will get the same output? What do you think?
I think it will not be.
Why?
uh, because the thing which we inserted is the uppercase T.
Right. Because data is case sensitive, right? Here you see this Tom, we have T in uppercase, but when we are searching, we kept T in lowercase. That is why it will throw error message. Sorry, it will not throw error message, but it will not give any output. Why? Because the data which you're inserting, that is case sensitive. Have to be very careful here. See, when I'm executing this query, check, am I getting any output? No data found. Why SQL is telling no data found? The reason is that Tom which you have saved here, it has T in uppercase, but the Tom which you are searching, you kept T in lowercase. So that is why it is telling there's no such data. So the summary is reserved keyword, the user-defined keywords are not case sensitive, but the data is case sensitive. Hope this is clear. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir. Sir, can we do something like this? Employee ID, comma, employee name, and then search 1, comma, Tom.
Employee ID, comma, employee name, 1, comma, Tom. It works, but it doesn't works in all the databases. Okay. So that is why that format is not recommended actually. Okay, if you try that on any other databases, no, it doesn't works. That is why it is not recommended. But tomorrow I will show you okay, how we can apply filter on multiple columns, then AND operator, OR operator, IN operator, and all those things.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So fine then, I will stop here. So far today we have discussed how to create a table. So this is the syntax to create a table and how to insert data in a table. Then if by mistake we have inserted duplicate records and how to delete data from a table, and then how to display data. Okay. And then we have discussed the reserved keywords like create, table, insert, into, values, whatever I have written here. So these all are not case sensitive. The employee name, table name, this is not case sensitive, but the data which you are inserting, this is case sensitive. You have to be very careful here. So we'll continue this discussion tomorrow. Okay. So any last question, anyone?
So far, okay.
Okay, good. Okay, how is the pace? Quick feedback. Is it fast or is it slow or is it okay?
I am fine with this speed, Tanvir. It's good.
So this is fine. This is good.
Okay. Others?
Yeah, fine, okay.
Okay. Oh, but down the line, if you find that the pace is too slow or too fast, let me know. We'll modify, we'll plan accordingly. Okay.
Sure,
Okay. So
sure.
I will stop here and today's class will be uploaded on YouTube. We will share the recording. And but tomorrow we will be taking classes on a graphy. I think Wahab and other folks, those who are the previous batch students, they know that. So we'll create a course on graphy. But for this, I will introduce graphy tomorrow, and then I will tell you how to register there. Okay. So
Yep.
thanks a lot, everyone. We will share all the scripts in the group right now. Thank you. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye.
Yep.
Okay, we will be taking classes from 6:15 to 7:15. Is that fine for everyone?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Sure. For now. Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. Good. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.